hi. No, Surat's not getting the intro out. I'm doing the intro now. Hi, to Let's Play Control with LadyMage and Surat. Surat's playing. I'm sitting here freaking out.
That's a summary.
How's that for making up for the last time I didn't interrupt you?
I guess that works. So anyway, last we left off, we'd managed to meet our old friend from the power plant. Let's see what he has to say.
I like him. He looks a little weird, but I like him.
Whatever the fuck that was. But we are barely holding on here, boss. How's the situation outside maintenance?
What do I tell him? The truth is harsh, but these people seem familiar with death.
The hiss are everywhere. Most of the Bureau is lost. We need Black Rock Prism to make more HRAs for any survivors in the safe rooms. I'm here to check Darling's Black Rock lab.
So to recap, death, disaster, and imminent destruction. Another day at the FBC.
Tuesday,
The Darling's lab is just past Black Rock processing. I got good news and I got bad news on that front. Good news is, it's right down the hall. Bad news is, a hiss monster decided to move in, so that's great.
Monster.
That's what the Rangers said. The ones that survived, anyway. We are just treading water here, and the hiss keep coming. Salvador would know what to do, but apparently he took a security team into the containment sector just before the lockdown happened, and, well, no one's seen him since. But hey, at least we got you, our fearless leader.
They shouldn't rely on me. They don't know me. They don't know how I've failed people.
You've done a good job here, Arish, but you should take your people and get to the base and executive. You can regroup there. I'll go deal with this monster. I'm getting kind of used to them.
Aye, aye, Faden. And be sure to put a bullet in that thing for me.
So, Salvador hasn't been heard from since he went down to containment. That's wonderful. And apparently... is there anything else in here?
Me, what?
During an AWE investigation, our agents discovered a light switch cord in a Butte bungalow closet. They pulled the cord and were instantly transported to the Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dreamlike haze. Inside, they found a door marked.
Darling is a dork. I'm saying it now.
Just like that. It led
Darling is a
house
freaking dork.
2,000 miles from Montana.
Yeah.
Now we're finding the cord in increasing numbers throughout the Bureau. Somehow the two places, they became in tune to each other. The actual physical location of the Ocean View is a mystery. Stepping beyond its
Not to the
walls,
two people we saw.
so far proven impossible. A place of power. Like the oldest house.
Darling is every bit a dork, yes. I like him so far.
Yeah, I am sorry, but that whole dreamlike haze with the flashlight
Dreamlike haze. Complete with waving around the goddamn flashlight. Okay, I want to get in there. Can I get in there? The other side of this hallway.
Ooh. I have a feeling that's why he was like the closest to Trench, is that Darling was like that friend you have that makes you feel better when you're in a bad depressive state.
Maybe.
Because Trench does not seem like a happy person, but Darling feels a little more, if not a happy person, a more upbeat person.
Someone that can roll with the punches a little bit easier anyway.
Just stay calm and keep those HRAs on. We'll get you out soon.
Well, Marshall is somebody who can handle the punches a little bit better and is a little more not averse to the truth.
Yeah.
We don't know what Tomasi was like, but I have a feeling he was that asshole friend.
Well, we get that one recording of him.
Yeah.
He
And
came
he
across
clearly
as very, very frat boy-ish.
And now he's a fucking hiss monster.
Yep. Remember, he was averse to wearing the HRAs. I'm not going to make any parallels to that in today's society, but you can make your own.
Did this game come out a few years ago?
2019, I think.
Shit, it predicted the future! I'm doing a Marshall, I don't give a shit. Woo! Meanwhile, my cats are doing their own imitation of Control. Stripes is the hiss, Butterball is Jessie. AKA they're beating the crap out of each other. Hello, Butterball. Oh, hello. Am I one of the people in the HRAs? Hello. I don't get modern art.
Neither do I, apparently.
That's just thing to yeet.
Yeah, for the most part. Okay.
Christ, we're running low on everything.
Get to executive. We've got a base there. I have to figure out how to deal with a monster. Which I have a funny feeling it's a boss fight. And thus, I may die a couple of times. Which I'm not concerned about dying too much and losing source, because I know places to grind it back up if I need source. Most notably research, as we saw one or two videos ago, because of how much freaking combat is in that place.
Arish wasn't kidding about that monster.
He did not die happy.
No, he didn't.
The good news is, I don't think it's Salvador. I still don't have clearance level 5. Yeah, the good news is I don't think it's Salvador, because Salvador was down in containment. Oh, that's not a good sign.
You showed me the HRA when I first got here, and the machine that makes them. Can you help me find a prism?
Huh. It's pointing me over there.
Shit! What the fuck?
What the ever-loving fuck? You poked it and it did a thing. What is that?
I don't know what that is. Okay, Pierce is going to be way too slow. Where are you? Whatever that freaking thing was,
Lab.
that's going to become the new terror enemy, isn't it?
Yeah, it teleports. Is it what? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the
Let's
fuck?
see.
What the fuck? What the ever-loving... I did not blink through that whole thing. What? Oh, goody. Okay, distorted's a good term for it. Okay, distorted. They're distorted.
It's not teleporting.
What the fuck is it doing then?
Going invisible?
Oh, that's so much better. Bitch, the only person I want to hear about going invisible is Magpie, because she uses it for good, not fuckery.
What about Shifroz?
I said not fuckery, didn't I?
Fair enough.
Pretty sure Shifroz uses this for mild fuckery. Mainly pranks.
Mild fuckery.
Compared to trying to eat my... trying to eat the face?
So the key to dealing with that monster is to basically try to stand still, face a spot where it's going to show up, and then hit it as soon as it pops up into view. Got it. That's what I did, and it seemed to work.
I don't like those things.
Lab 01. Okay, pull out the basic gun again.
Thresholds in the maintenance sector. That's where Black Rock comes from.
You heard that too, right? Black Rock comes from a threshold, the quarry. So the prisms must be there too.
Think of it as paranatural lead. Our research involves many dangerous things we absolutely need to keep in check. That's what the Black Rock line fire breaks are about. Panopticon container cells.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but I need to code a quarry elevator.
Oh, Emily. The codes. Black Rock 665. Neighbor of the Beast. Get it?
Dork.
The name of the beast! I'm a dork too, I don't give a shit.
665, the neighbor of the beast. Of course, if he was making the song reference, that would be absolutely hilarious.
He probably was. Let's be realistic here. I feel like the people who made this game are big enough dorks with a lot of the pop culture references that we've both been spotting.
Okay, now I have clearance level 5. Which means I have at least a couple of doors to go look at going back through here. But those seem like off-camera doors to just get random modifications and goodies. This seems like where we need to go right now.
And I'm going to be honest, a lot of the stuff in this game that we've been noticing as references, I would not be surprised if they were referencing that song, because let's be realistic here. I feel like the people who made this game are as big at dorks as Darling, and clearly had fun making it. I mean, for God's sakes, they made an entire fucking puppet show with 7 episodes!
Which we've only seen 2.
It's crazy. Weird, but it feels right. Like how the world should be. I am in an infinite building leading to different dimensions, and I never want to leave. Even with all the horror, I'm happy. It feels sane. Or just the right kind of insane.
That's an enemy up there.
So she likes it in the oldest house.
Yeah, she's apparently enjoying her time here. Did I get anything new? That should have got me more attention.
The enemy is not smart. I gotta give this game credit. They are giving the enemies different abilities and unique things.
Apparently, that was all that was here, were those 3 enemies.
For now.
Because I basically sniped all 3 of them.
Do you think
Oh,
I
there they
trust
are.
this game? Yeah.
I like this gun. I
Except for
really like this gun.
I just hit. Okay, we have concluded that Zerat likes the gun. The creepy, whispering, multi-purpose gun.
Yep.
Why, yes, I did call it the creepy, whispering, multi-purpose gun.
So this is where we were earlier, I think. Yeah, we were here earlier. We were just down there. We're up higher than we were previously.
Fun.
Thing is, that one specific variant of the gun that I like is kind of useless at close range. Unless you can get enemies to line up single file for you.
I think that's why they give you more than one gun to be registered.
Yep.
So you can switch between like a short range and a long range gun.
Oh, this has combat all over it. Also has a control point. Anything coming close? No. Okay. Yeah, I still need more materials to upgrade the Pierce. Yeah, that's where we were earlier. That's the power plant. No, I'm not going to deal with your goddamn Bureau alert right now. I love this gun. It lets me basically empty out a room before combat starts if they have guards there. I love this thing.
That is handy and gives us advantage.
I have a feeling that there will be many times it just spawns in a bunch of enemies which already know where we are, like it does everywhere else. Okay. You can only have 2 guns equipped at any point in time, but you can also change whichever guns are equipped at any point in time. So it's not like the game really limits you on which weapons you have. At least not severely limits you, anyway. Okay. However, before we continue on, this marks a good stopping spot. When we come back, we continue on our quest to get a prism. I don't know exactly how we're going to use it, but we apparently have to have this thing. So, until then, take care, everyone.
Bye.